Hello and welcome to Sector Wargaming, and more importantly, my first game of 2.0.
Yay!
I'm kind of excited and kind of worried.
Don't be afraid, I'll hold your hand.
Will you be gentle?
I'll be gentle.
He's not going to be gentle. But no, today we've got a 2,000 point match because it's my first game and I'm still learning the ropes. By learning the ropes, this is literally my first game. like 2.0, first game like ever. Ted's been to events.
Yeah.
Played 2.0.
Yes. I've played a game on the channel, and I've been to an event now where I learned lots of terrifying things that I thought I knew, and it turns out I didn't know, but now I know.
Such is the way of the game. So today we've got 2,000 points of Space Wolves versus 2,000 points of World Eaters.
I've finally done it. I finally stole the World Eaters. After a year of swearing I would, I went to Nick and I said, "Give me your World Eaters," and he said, "No." And I went, "Yeah, I'll beat you." And he said, "That's very World Eater." He said, "Here you go."
But no, we're going to base this battle around one of the events that happens within the Horus Heresy, where Russ is basically sent to bring Angron to heel. And I will confess, Angron beats the Russ. But it's as Angron beats the Russ that the Russ says, "Yeah, just do it, guys." And then Angron suddenly realises that all of his sons are about to die horrible deaths because, yeah, he won the battle, but he totally lost the war.
Yeah, he was ignoring his legion, concentrating on himself.
Yeah, that's just it. Well, meanwhile, all the spells were being coordinated and doing what they were told, and the berserking lunatics were being, berserking
doing
lunatics.
as they were told. Listen to that, like good little dogs. We didn't care. Look, I've already taken on the Legion. The World Eaters didn't care. They just wanted a good fight, you see. They didn't care.
No, I mean, one of the strange things, and I've always loved this with the Horus Heresy, is the Space Wolves view the World Eaters as brothers.
Yeah, they're small brothers, aren't they? Yeah.
Small brothers, like, yeah, we'll hang on a minute.
Good at it.
You guys are the bad guys.
Yeah, the same Legion, just different sides, aren't they?
Different colours.
Different colours.
Different
colours makes a difference. So no vehicles today.
No vehicles, because dreadnoughts aren't vehicles.
No, all infantry and dreads, just for...
Unfortunately, I don't
smash.
own a levy yet, but I will at some point.
I've got the early levy. Leave me with a levy.
You've got lots of levies. You've got more levies.
I've got loads of levies. Levy for every legion. Levy for every legion. Makes sense. I think that's about it, isn't it?
Yeah, so we're playing Dawn of War Deployment, and we are playing Blood Feud.
Yes, screw objectives, kill each other.
It's very Space Wolf and murder, so we'll see how it goes. So far, Ted's going first.
Yep.
I need to see. There's too many.
I'd see. I don't know. To go first. We're a little tactical because who wants to get the charge off? So if I go running towards you, you get charge on me. There's going to be reactions are going to be quite key in this sort of reversing.
I need to learn all about reactions. Apparently, you can shoot and stuff.
I shall teach you. And yeah, be grand.
See you shortly.
Yeah.
Here we have 1,995 points of Space Wolves ready for 2.0. So here we go. I've gone with my standard units of Slayers, so I've got 15 Slayers in each pack. I have 5 Power Swords, 2 Power Axes, 3 Power Fists, and the Huskarl is armed with Artificer Armour, a Thunder Hammer, and Melter Bomb, because we all like that little bit of instant death. Every model in the squad is effectively equipped with a combat shield now, due to the new rules for Slayers, and the unit has a Nuncio Vox and a Vexilla. I have 2 of these units. At the back there, I've got one of 3 Contemptors. I have 2 Contemptor Dreadnoughts armed with Carey's Assault Cannons and a Gravis Power Fists with inbuilt bolters. No extra armour, because extra armour doesn't exist anymore, which is fine. I've got a tactical support squad of Volkite Cavaliers. The squad is completely stock standard. The Sergeant doesn't even have Artificer Armour. And that's pretty much those. My third Contemptor is the Venerable Brightclaw. He is armed with a Gravis pattern Power Fist and a Dreadnought Chain Fist, although I'll be using a giant Power Axe for this. I've got a 5-man command squad, 2 are armed with power axes, 2 are armed with power swords. They all have Artificer armour, and the standard bearer is has a power fist as well as the standard for the unit. My second unit of Slayers and Dreadnought, identical to the first, you'll be shocked to hear. I have got 2 apothecaries, and due to new rules for Space Wolves, each is equipped with a Fenrisian axe. So they get Reaping Blow and +1 strength on their basic attacks, which is a bit nice. And then leading the show, we have Guygor Fellhand, his first outing for 2.0. Now that he's actually got Artificer armor, and actually means he's probably going to be a bit more worth taking than your average Joe. And more importantly, I'm feeling the better part of 2K, and I've only got one character. And just before I forget, my lone Tech Marine Covenant, who has a Comm Sigmund, who will be going with the Volkite Tactical Support Squad to give them a little bit of extra for the shooting. And that concludes my 2,000 points for my Space Wolves for the first game of 2.0.
My 2,000 points of Nick's World Eaters today, which is a bit weird. But they are running the Berserker Assault, led by, when I can find him, Khan the Blooded, the twice unslain and master of all killiness. He will be running in either of these 19-man squad Despoilers, who each have an apothecary attached to them, a Vexilla, and this sergeant has the Power Fist and Artificer armor, and this sergeant has a heavy chainsword, and another man with a heavy chainsword in the squad as well. A 10-man Despoiler squad, again with a Artificer sergeant with a Power Fist, and a Tartarus Terminator squad with a various loadout, lightning claws, power fists, chain fists, etc. And a champion with a Paragon Blade for the never back down shenanigans that World Eaters, or all champions can do, but World Eaters do it so well. 5-man las cannon squad, just for some early plinking off dreadnought wounds. And at the back, the main backbone of this list, 2 contemptors, both with fists, and a levy with the cyclonic melter, the phosphex, and a big drill. Let the blood flow. World Eaters deployment, and getting to go first. Obviously, I had the whole table to look at. I chose this side for a very specific reason. Obviously, I wanted to put my las cannons up high with a good command of the battlefield. Next to them is my first 20-man brick, 19-man brick with an apothecary, and then I've stuck Khan in them, and they are going to go rampaging around this corner and hopefully meet head-on whatever comes at them. The dreadnoughts I've put in the centre to react to any threats, or to create that threat. I always quite like the idea of them running together. They're not a Talon, but backing each other up is a horrific amount of attacks, and obviously the vague shootiness of the levy in the middle. Next to them is the Tartarus Terminators with the champion, and over on the far side I have the smaller Despoiler squad, who will be playing blocker for the large man squad. My theory is they'll go charging in, take up any shots or any little charges, and then this sweepy unit will come in and smash and win the day for the World Eaters!
For the Space Wolves deployment, I have gone with my usual tactic of splitting my packs up because it seems to be the sensible thing to do. I've got one of my Slayer units coming down this way to counteract the large amount of World Eaters coming down this side. I've got my Dreadnought Contemptor Talon set up there, again in a sort of similar vein to what Ted's doing, which is deploying to match the threat. Next to them, I have my Command Squad running centre field so I can send him in any direction that I actually want, along with Geiger Fellhand, just so that they can actually get that stubborn, because obviously those squads now get stubborn, not fearless. Although 5 guys who are Space Swords with power weapons and 2 up armor saves should be good enough for me. Second unit of Slayers is coming around this side. Hopefully they'll actually give me a bit of counter for that large blob that's going to be coming around that corner. We'll see which way the Contemptors go. More importantly, we're going to see which way the Levy goes so I can run away from it. And then I've got my Volkite squad. Now, before we diced off for the table, I had my eyes on exactly the same piece of scenery as Ted did, because I was going to put my Volkites up there. Unfortunately for me, it would seem that they've got up there first, so I'm just going to have to Volkite them to death first.
No.
In the vain hope that I can actually take that firepower away, so my Dreadnoughts might last longer than 60 seconds on the battlefield. So we're going to kick off the game, but the first thing we need to do is we're going to roll for Night Fight. So Jed's not running his Night Lords, but apparently he still wants a Night Fight.
Yes!
No Night Fight. Well, we're getting Night Fight.
That's it.
And then I'm going to attempt to seize and try and seize the initiative off the World Eaters. So come on, that's 6. Nil point. World Eaters, turn 1.
That's World Eater's movement, and I've been taking lessons from Nick, and I have engaged the treadmills. So everything has ran bar the las cannon squads, who are just sat at the back up there. So that's a lovely 13-inch movement for all the infantry and the Leviathan, and a lovely 14-inch run move for the Contemptors. I want to get right into Derek's face, because I reckon with my superior numbers, the World Eaters have this one without even a challenge. That was the quickest turn 1 ever. Because of night fighting, my las cannons are out of range, and everyone ran, so there's no shooting anywhere else. Also, just a note, I didn't get within 12 of any of Derek's stuff, so there were no reaction from the wolves. So that was World Eater turn 1.
Space Wolves turn 1 movement. I'm decided to get straight to it, so I've moved the Slayers, my first unit of Slayers, through the true line here, and they're going to make their beeline towards the first couple of squads there. I've moved both of my Dreadnoughts up. Now, one of the Dreadnoughts is armed with 2 close combat weapons, but because of the Space Wolves ability, I can actually move, run and charge. So the Dreadnought's going to be going for it.
Ooh.
That Dreadnought is going to be laying down some fire. Fingers crossed you can strip down some numbers before they actually hit. The Command Squad, along with Geiger Fellhand, is making their way towards Khan. Whether they get there or not, because there is a Leviathan in the way, is a different matter. And the Contemptor is backing them up. The Slayer Squad have made their move, and Ted has wisely put a roadblock in the way using his reaction. So I'm either going to have to kill that Contemptor or smash it in close combat if I'm lucky enough. And even if I do, then I'm going to get countercharged by a bunch of World Eaters.
Yes, you are.
Over this side of the table, I do, however, have my Volkite support squad, which I'm hoping I'm either... I was tempted to target the las cannons, but I'm now more tempted to target Khan's squad with a boatload of Volkite shots and see what all the raving's about Volkite. My Volkite support squad is going to be engaging Khan's big unit of choppy boys. My Tech Priest is going to use his Common Sigmund to give them +1 ballistic skill. Now, normally that would mean I've got ballistic skill 5, so I'd be hitting on 2s, but because Night Fight is still in effect, I'm at -1, so I'm hitting straight on 3. So it's not too bad, really, on the grand scale of things. So, now with the new added bonus of having an extra shot, here we go. So +1, not +1 ballistic skill at all, hitting on 3s. I will take that. And strength 6.
Yep.
So wounding on 2 still. Kablamo! Not too bad. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 wounds.
So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds, and then Apothecary saves. Oh, sorry, 5 wounds. Found another. Apothecary saves another 2, so that is 3 dead, and then Volkite, if you would, sir.
3 Volkite doom. 3
Does
more
hurt
wounds.
me. And that hurts another 1 here. So 3 dead in total.
Not the result I was hoping for. Next to shoot is going to be my Contemptor Dreadnought with his carries assault cannon. He's going to engage the World Eater's Contemptor now that he's basically a roadblock. It's unlikely I'm going to wipe him out in this first round of shooting, and I'm probably going to have to charge him in Tech Khan's counter, but we will have to see how that goes. So, carries assault cannon, 6 shots. I would be hitting on 2s, but still at -1 for Night Fight, so hitting on 3s. 4, 5 hits, so that's about average.
Nice.
Strength 6 against toughness 7, so I'm looking at 5s to wound.
6s are rending.
And there is 2 rendings and 1 wound, sir.
Lovely. So the 2 rending on my invul, I tank 1, and the other one on the 2-up save, I tank that, so he takes 1 wound.
Continuing the Contemptor shooting, I'm going to fire his Combi Bola. Obviously, it's a single shot twin linked. So, single shot, hitting on a 3, so hits, but only wounding on a 6, which I fail.
Ah.
Moving along, however, I'm going to go straight to the command squad, and it's 5 bottlers, and I'm even going to throw in Fellhand's bottler, because they've all got relentless anyway. So 6 shots of bottlers, they're all ballistic skill 5, so I'm hitting on 3s because of the Night Fight.
We're saying this more for ourselves than
We hate the Night Fight
We
challenge.
love the Night Fight shenanigans.
So 4 hits and 6 is to wound. There's 1 wound. I'll take it.
No, we won't.
Dang it. Next to shoot is the second Contemptor, the second brother. He's going to open it with his assault cannon into the enemy Contemptor in a vain hope to do some damage. Obviously, again, we've got Night Fight, so despite his BS5, he's still hitting on 3s. So again, 5 hits, strength 6, and 6s are the rends, so let's have some of those rending. No rending and only 1 wound this time round.
Good. No wounds
And he
this time.
takes it. Combi Bottler, because why not? And he is within, I'll just check if he's within 12 inches. Me. Yep.
Yeah.
2 shots with the Combi Bottler twin linked. 1, twin link. 2 hits. And then 6 to wound. Nil point.
Oh.
Never mind. Space Wolves, turn 1, assault. I'm going to start with assaulting with my Grey Slayer unit, my first Grey Slayer, into the smaller squad, see if I can't start stripping numbers down. So we've checked this, it's a 6-inch charge, so they're going to move straight through to see if they can actually do it, and 10 is declared, hold the line! So I'll be reduced in attacks, but we'll see how this goes. And that is 6, so they are in.
Lovely, and I need to pass morale to be able to do hold the line, which I comfortably do, so I've made him do a disordered charge.
Moving along, my Contemptor Dreadnought is going to charge into the Terminators. My main reason for this one is if I hit the Terminators hard enough, I can wipe that unit, do some serious damage to that unit. It's a long shot, it's a vain hope, but it is a 3-inch charge.
Can't fail.
Can't fail, is in.
Because it's +1.
And then the second Grey Slayer unit, I'm going to be bold here, I'm going to charge the Contemptor directly. They're automatically in because I'm within 1 inch of its base. I'm not even going to roll. So moving on to the first charge, I've just done the Mathmancy and oh my god. Now, because I've got models with Fenrisian axes in base-to-base contact, they now have Reaping Blow. So they actually gain an additional attack if they're in base-to-base with a model. So I've got some models in extra, so I've got a couple of extra attacks there. But the first thing I'm going to do is, in true Space Wolf fashion, is I'm declaring a challenge.
And I can't not accept a challenge, so
Up he
with
comes!
everything outside. And a bit of a change in this edition is it's no longer models within 2 inches of someone in base to base, it's just models in unit coherency. So all this conga line of Space Wolves all get to fight. Conga lines are back, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't do it so that you stay on objectives, because you will be that guy.
Right, so the first thing I'm going to kick off with is I'm going to kick off with the basic attacks. These are all in initiative step 4. So hitting on 4s.
Yep, all the same, and I will get to fight back.
So these are standard attacks.
Thank God I made you disordered.
Indeed, there's a fair few more in there. And
on 4.
strength 4. So wound arising on 4s. So 2, 4, 6 normal saving throws.
Lovely.
And then we've got power swords.
Well, let me just make those. The power swords are just going to kill me, so just see how many they kill first.
So power swords attacks. Oh, not great. I'm going to need 4 hits.
And killing on 4s.
4s. No.
None.
Power swords apparently have stopped functioning.
You need to switch them on.
Oh yeah. I'm
So 6 normal saves. I lose 1, 2, 3, 4. That was bad rolling, but 4 dead straight off the bat.
Okay, and then we are on to Ted's initiative step 4 because my next attacks aren't initiative step 4, they are initiative step 1.
20 attacks from the World Eaters going back. Oh no, sorry. 18 attacks. Forgot my sergeant has a power fist. I'm trying to cheat.
And he's also on a challenge.
Yeah, so I'm hitting on 4s as well. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. And I am, with my chain axe, I'm strength 5 with shred. So I'm wounding on 3s, re-rolling. That's pretty good. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. World Eaters do it better.
Well, ladies are doing it better, but I have got 8 saving throws on my 3-up. And then I have got my feel no pain. So first things first, all but 2, and then feel no pain.
Oh.
1. 1 Space Wolf dead. I'll take that. Drop me down to initiative step 1. Before we get on to the challenge, I've got 2 power axes in the unit. I've also got the 3 power fists that I forgot that I had. But they're also striking last anyway.
Ooh.
So I will kick off with the power axes first because they have a whopping 4 attacks between the 2 models. That's better. And then
3.
strength 5, so 3, so that is 2 deed.
2 more dead, lovely.
And then power fists for a good old fisting. 2 hits, and looking at 2s, 2 more dead.
Oh, it's a hurt, but that's what this squad is here for.
And then we move on to
Shalom.
So, Huskal, you've only got the power fist, haven't you?
I do. Yeah.
Right, so we're striking at the same initiative value. I don't gain my additional attack because obviously I made a disordered charge because of Ted's reaction there.
Yes.
So I do have 2 attacks, both of which that hit. Both utterly failed to wound. I don't like this anymore.
Come on, World Eater champion! Well, Sergeant, he misses twice. Oh, that's boring.
Never mind.
Never mind. Let's work out how much I've lost by. So very clearly I lost that combat, and I lost it by 7. So here we go, needing a double 1 to hold my ground. No, very definitely I fail. So it's a roll-off. I get a 6, good.
It's not good.
Need a 4, so I do escape.
Lucky for you.
Yes. So as you saw, my men definitely fleed. I rolled a 7, so they went. And the new rules, you don't ping through units, you try and run around them to get to the board edge. So that's where my boys ended up. And then Derek, you consolidated.
Yeah, so I've consolidated to try and move away from the contentment and make a bit of distance between me and it, but also in preparation to charge. Now, the hope here is I get to use my super advanced reaction, where if Ted finishes his move and he's still within 12 inches, I can basically jump on him and charge him instead. However, I said that and Ted said, oh yeah, that's right, I'm just going to stand still.
And then I'll charge you. Yeah. Into the combat with Derek's Dreadnought, and my champion goes first because he's initiative 5 with his Paragon Blade. So I have 3 attacks, and I'm hitting on 3s because I'm a better weapon skill, so I'm a champion. Yay! That is 2 hits, and I'm strength 5, so I will need 6s to wound. However, those 6s will also be Murder Strike. That is 1 Murder Strike.
Do you not like? So I get my
Invuln.
5 up Invuln.
Yep. Which is
Okay, success, so no extra wounds. Yay. So here we go then, Dreadnought wailing in with his giant axe, aka chain fist, and his new Gravis power fist. So I am superior weapon skill, so I will be hitting on 3s for all hits.
Oh dear.
And strength more than you, and squishier than you, and brutaler than you. So 2s to murderize. That's not the better roll I want. So 3 Invuln saves or 3 dead Terminators.
Well, so it's brutal. So the first one, guess what? First one's dead. Let's do that again. Second one is dead. And the third one is dead. So 3 Terminators dead straight off the bat. So I have killed off both the Lightning Claw guys and one Power Fist guy. However, at the same initiative, the Lightning Claws will get to swing. Now I'm hitting the Dreadnought on 5s because he's superior weapon skill than me. Superior. And normally I am. I'm wounding on 6s, but also 6s rend. And I have shred because I'm a Lightning Claw, so that is 3 AP2.
So 3 AP2, so I'll get straight to my 5 up invern, which I failed, so he takes 3 wounds.
Excellent. On to the other boys. Okay, the gentleman with the chain fist hitting on 5s. He misses. And the gentleman with the power fist, he hits once. And he wounds. He does. So another AP2 save.
5 up. Yay! I take 3 wounds in total.
Lovely.
Not bad. I can live with that. Hopefully, before the other contender slaps me in the side of the face.
So I lost that combat by 3. And it's also night, so it's -1 leadership. So I lost by 4. So I'm down to leadership 5.
I'm glad I said it does on purpose.
And I fail. Oh, this is bad. So now a initiative off on a 1. Oh no!
Oh!
You catch and kill me.
Butchered, chompy, stompy, hacky, slashy, butcherized, and doomed.
That didn't
Tasty.
go well.
Goodbye, World Eaters Champion. Khan, you're next. Striking initiative step 4, we've got the second Slayer pack attempting to take down a contender.
How do you like fighting a Dreadnought this time?
I don't know, let's find out! So the first thing I'm going to kick off with is I have 5 models with Fenrisian axes, so they're going to strike with a total of 15 attacks because they gain an additional attack. So, kill the guy.
Good, the rules, they're dead.
He dead. So again on weapon skill 4, so I am hitting on 5, but it's strength 5, it's not going to make a difference. But here we go. That's actually not horrific.
You want them for the wound rolls though?
Yes, I do. Come on, the 6s. 6s, please. Lots of 6s. Nil point. No wounds. So the next thing I'm going to move on to is I'm going to move on to the 5 guys with power swords. Now, the power swords do have rending, so I need a hit on a 5 and then 6 is where it's at. Oh, yeah. I need that again. I need that again. Oh, my God, do I need that again?
Ooh. I don't like this.
I like it. Come on, the 6s. 1.
1.
1 wound.
Invuln serve.
And he laughs
I
it
can
off.
do it too.
Right, and then we're down to the next initiative step. So Ted's going to wail in with his Contemptor of Doom.
Yeah. So I have 4 attacks. Yeah, when I can get the dice ready. And I'm hitting you on 3s because I'm much more better at. That is a lovely 3 hits. And then wounding on 2s. That is 3 brutal wounds. So you need to say
good God.
3 saves for each man.
3 saves for each man, and they've got their combat shields. So yes, combat shields for the win. Not when it's brutal.
Triple six.
Triple 6. No, triple 6. There's 1. Triple 6. Nipper. 3 guys in the front rank are wiped down. Shocked. Are you shocked? I'm shocked.
Were you surprised? I was
surprised. Very fucking surprised.
Very surprised.
So wailing in next, I've got the 2 guys with power axes again. 5s to hit. For 1. 6s. No, fails. Coming in with another thunder hammer for power fists. So strength 8.
35.
5s. 1 hit. Wound. I actually wounded.
No, you didn't.
Right, fine. My thunder hammer to your carcass's face. So hitting on 5s. 2 hits.
Oh, good.
Strength 8. So wounding on 3s. 2 wounds.
Brutal. So it's 4 saves.
4 saves, come on!
On my invul. So I take all of them.
Finally,
I am down to 1 wound.
And that means I win the combat by 1.
And I'm fearless because I'm a Dreadnought.
Oh no!
Dreadnoughts are BS. Okay, beginning of my turn 2. Is it night fighting on a 4-up? It is still night fighting. And do I rally my 2 men? No, they very definitely flee and they continue to flee. 6 inches. Goody gumdrops. Eaters, turn 2 movement. And it was a very order of operations trickiness thing. So what I did was I moved this dreadnought forward, and Derek did.
I did my Space Wolf advance reaction. Nobody escapes the wolf.
Nobody escapes the wolf. So Derek's dreadnought will be charging my dreadnought on the roll of a...
More than I need.
So he's definitely in. So he goes in, and then we resolve that in the assault phase. But Derek does get the charge.
So he's got one less attack on me with his bullshit drill.
Because you did that, I wasn't going to move this squad forward, but order of operations meant that I could, because I knew he wasn't going to be doing his mental charge. So I will get the charge off here, which is fantastic. Obviously these 2 men didn't rally and they continued to run towards the board. This flank's looking a bit shaky though, I'm not so confident on it. And up here at the top, with night fighting continuing, my las cannons will remain pretty much out of range. Boo! But the levy moved up in support and he will be charging, and I have a bit of a choice over here. I can either send this big squad to charge the Volkites, or I can send them in. I'm probably gonna kill the Volkites. Starting up my assault phase, and obviously we will have Derek's advanced reaction to do. But the first thing I'm doing is declaring my Marines charging into the Volkite. Now I did this on purpose to show Derek just the trick of order of operations.
I'm still learning!
So obviously you only get 1 reaction in each phase. So if you wanted to hold the line down there, you couldn't overwatch up here, but Derek has chosen to overwatch.
The main reason I've gone for the overwatch is at the end of the day, my Slayers are striking at exactly the same time as the World Eaters, so it's basically going to be a...
It's going to be a wash, isn't it?
It's going to be a wash. They're going to murder each other. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fabulous. It's going to be blood all over there. Right, so first things first, Overwatch, it is still night fight, and because it is not my shooting phase, I don't get to use the comm signal from the Tech Priest. So therefore, this will be at ballistic skill. Well, it doesn't really matter, I'm hitting a force.
BS3, hit me on.
Oh no.
Good. Lots of dice.
It's like I'm playing card again.
Lots of dice is lots.
Right, however, I am still strength 6.
Yeah.
Winning on 2s.
Yes.
Lots of no ones.
Lots of no ones.
That'll do.
Ah.
That'll do, pig.
Right, let's get
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 wounds.
So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds, but feel no pain. And that's rescues another 3, so 3 dead so far. Volkite goes off 3 more times.
Another 3 wounds.
Which I save all of them, so 3 dead. My charge. It's a 5-inch, but because of my right of war, adding 2 to the distance, I only need a 3. And they get in on a 5. Rev those nails. Levy adding his weight. Obviously, I like to shoot. But
Get it. Adding his weight.
Here we go. Oh, surprise, surprise.
Oh, the shocks. He managed to make the 2's charge. Clank. My reaction is death. I choose death.
I choose death. Down here at the bottom, I am auto in, so we're clanky clank. Rev those nails.
It's going to be a murder pit.
Go. Starting with the combat down here, and Derek declared a challenge, and what sort of world eater would I be if I didn't accept? With my lovely heavy chainsword Sergeant. So I'm initiative 4 with him, so I will swing first. So I'm hitting on 4s. That's a lovely 1 hit, and I'm strength 5, so I do get the 1 wound.
So 2 up armor save.
Yeah, you're absolutely fine. And now, a million other
for the main event!
The
main event!
How big are my hands? So,
not big enough, because you have to roll this twice.
Yeah. So this is 10 World Eaters. So here we go. Cue, you okay?
Still doing it.
Good. Cue the music while I take out all these dice. Oh, I see why we want hatred. Right, let's keep that. Oh, let's quickly do the wounds. So these are wounding on 3s with shred. Cling. Nail wounds. They are. And add another 2. So that is 4, 8, 12 from the first go.
Oh my God!
Here we go, and so I need to remove 4 from the pile because the sergeant's not fighting this time. Oh, I do like world eaters. I do like world eaters. Let's do it again. So hitting on 4s.
I think you're rolling too many dice.
I think, yeah.
I'm only jealous because I'm not rolling that many dice.
Oh, my word. My word. Here we go. And again, wounding on 3s for train axes. But shred.
I don't like it anymore. Make it go away.
Well, I mean, that was a terrible roll. Thank God for shred. So it was 12 from the first roll, and oh, that was terrible.
That was fun.
So 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. So a grand total of 23.
My word. Right then, so I'm going to go straight into it. I'm just going to roll all 23 wounds. I do have an apothecary in there, so 3 ups. Don't die, you cowards.
Do die, you cowards.
We're going to be striking at the same initiative,
yeah, so anyone who dies
that's not bad. But the question is, are my apothecaries as good in 2.0 as they were in 1?
Famously bullshit.
Survey says yes!
The continued...
Only 4 die!
Jesus Christ.
Now it's my turn to smack you in the face!
Well done, well done.
Swinging back, I'm going to kick off with my Grey Slayers who are armed with their Fenrisian axes. So these are plus on strength, which is a mistake I made in the first round of combat. Not that I needed the help. Anyway, so I'm hitting on 4s.
Oh, you can hit. Crap.
And strength 5, so wounding on 3s. I will take that quite happily. So 2, 4, 6, 7 saves of a standard 3-up and feel no pain.
So, 7 saves.
Oh my word.
Oh god, why do I roll so poorly? That's 4 straight out of the bat, and then my apothecary doesn't save any of them, so I've lost 4 straight away.
Right. Kicking off next, I have, still going in initiative step 4, my 5 swords with their counterattack, because I'm a space wolf and, well, what were you expecting? So, hitting on 4s. Here we go. But I'm only wounding on 4s now, because obviously they're not getting the +1 strength. So, wounding on 4s, 6s rend. Well, not that it really matters, because they're AP 3. So, that is only 3 dead.
No, 3 feel no pain.
3 is burn.
Apothecary.
2 dead.
2 dead, that's 6 in total so far.
Right, so 6 dead, and then, like I'm not finished quite yet, I've got my 3 power fists. So my 3 power fists with 2 attacks apiece, because counter-attack.
Good.
Oh God, you guys suck. 2 to murderize. Now that guy's dead.
That definitely kills that one, so that's 7 dead.
And then I've got, Ted loves this when I do this, I've got millions of attacks with it, millions of
just coming at you.
Go. Coming at you now, I've got my 2 power axes. For no hits.
Good.
I got excited. I clearly got excited. And then finally, the sergeant with his brutal thunderhammer, because why not? I am hitting on 4s for 1.
Oh no.
2 to murder. No! Catastrophic fail.
So I do lose by 3 because do you have a Vexilla?
I do.
I have a Vexilla, so they cancel each other out. So I'm leadership 8 because of my sergeant.
-1 for night fight.
Oh yeah, good fight. Well remembered.
I can fight in the dark.
So 4, and I fail just because of night fight. Curses.
Now, here comes the big one. Do the wolves catch and murderize them all? I'm on an 8. Oh! The mega run for it.
And I'm going to run 5 inches. Oh my god.
And I'm going to follow you with my initiative 4.
I was on the charge. No, this wasn't meant to happen. So this is how it's ended up.
Bark.
The boys running. And in this edition, if Derek charges my fleeing unit, I need to take a leadership test, or they just get wiped out and dead. So obviously he's going to keep pursuing them. God damn it, World Eaters! You did well for Nick. What up for me?
The wolves are renowned for hounding people. Get it?
Very good, very good. Anyway, on to the Contemptor off, and Derek charged me, so we'll let him go first.
So 3 attacks, 4 for the additional close combat weapon, and 5 because I'm the one that charged. So this is the first time I've used the Space Source advanced reaction. It might not be the best use, but it's my first time using it.
It's pretty good.
I'll get used to it. So we're both identical in every aspect, so I'm hitting on 4s. That is not all the 4s I wanted. I am using the Gravis Power Fist, because why wouldn't I? Strength 8, sorry, not strength 9 against toughness 7, so 2 to wound, 2 wounds, 2 saves.
So 6 saves that becomes.
Sorry, 6 saves,
the
yes.
first one causes 2 wounds.
Oh my god.
And then the second one causes 3 wounds. So you do 5 wounds to me, but I'm a fully health contender, so I'm absolutely fine. I'm on 1 wound.
Saving throws.
Now, I only have 4 attacks back on you. which is why it's good you charged me, otherwise I'd have had 6. So I'm hitting on 4s. I only hit once, but I do wounds. You've only got 3 wounds.
So invuln, no. So sorry, no.
Yeah, brutal, mate.
So yeah, I need to do
another 2.
So
no, you do explode.
I do explode, right?
Because you only had 3, and dreadnoughts auto explode.
At strength 8.
Yep. So you wound me, and I make the saving throw. But that was close. That's where my contemptors ended up. I could go chasing down these wolfy boys, but I have thrown him forward into Derek's dreadnought because I reckon I can kill it. Back to the top now. My levy's gone in, and he has Hammer of Wrath 3. So,
I do not approve.
Wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds.
And what strength is it? Strength more than you?
It's strength lots.
So my 6-up saves for my combat shields.
Oh.
Please save me.
It's not AP.
Oh no, so 2 saves.
Yeah, 2 armor saves are fine. And then let's get swinging with some fists. So I'm going with my levy first. This is all initiative 4, but it's my turn, so I'm swinging. So my levy hitting you on 3s because I'm better weapon skill. He hits a massive 5 times. It's because he's a World Eater's levy, so he gets +2 on the charge, which is phenomenal. And then pretty much killing on 2s. That is 4 invulns on your shields, I imagine.
So 4 saves of a 6-up. No feel, no pain.
They're all dead.
They all die.
Well,
It's initiative step 4, so we'll get a swing at least.
You will. And then my Contemptor going with his 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Oh dear. 2, and then 2 wounds. That is 2, but they are brutal 3 each.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So first guy.
Dead.
666. I wonder if I ever make a 666. We'll have to have a party if I ever make a 666.
Yeah.
They're all dead.
Lovely.
So six guys died, but I will be striking at initiative.
Yeah.
Space will swing back now at initiative step 4. Obviously, those guys will strike before they get horribly curb stomped by the World Eater's Dreadnought. So I'm going to kick off with the Fenrisian axes because I've got 2 guys who have still got the Fenrisian axes equipped.
Put these into the Contemptor.
So I'm putting these into the Contemptor. It's all going into the Contemptor because at least that way I will kill something and there'll be less attacks next round if I live that long. So
5 hit me.
So 2 hits, it's 6 as a wound even though they're strength 5, so no wounds from those. Moving on to the power swords, I've still got 5 guys with power swords, so I'm hitting on 5s. Not, well, there's 3 to start, but wounding on 6s, but obviously 6s are going to be rending for nil point. Never mind. Moving along, let's see if the power axes can't do it. Come on boys, in initiative step 1, power axes. Oh, 2 hits with power axes, but 6 is the wound. Nil point. So, power fists. Come on, the power fists. No hits, never mind. And then coming in with a thunder hammer. Will he actually do any damage, or am I just going to die horribly?
Die horribly.
1 hit.
No.
Strength 8. Fails to wound.
You died horribly.
So I lose the combat by
7.
I've got me vexed, so it's
6, but night fighting drops it back down to 7.
So double 1.
Yes. Right then, initiative off. I can do it too. So,
Yes.
the Contemptor needs more than a 1.
Yeah,
He captures and kills you. Oh, I mean, you've got that flank, but I've now got this one.
Goodbye, boys. You fought bravely. Before this combat starts, I would just like to state I am sad. I don't have counterattack anymore. And aside of that, technical support squads can't take standard close combat weapons anymore either.
You only want to take
I'm only one attacker model.
Oh dear. Oh, I mean, you hate to see it.
Some tech support guy's gonna die.
Yeah, pretty much. Right, we've charged in and I declared a challenge and Derek accepted with his sergeant and my sergeant. So Khan is free to lay waste.
To be fair, Ted was talking about Khan then said,
I deliberately tricked Derek.
I was hoodwinkled.
It's because I was sad about the other combat down the bottom. So Khan is hitting on 3s because he's weapon skill 7. That'll do. And then he's precision strikes on a 3, but I don't think it really matters. I just want to kill normal men. So I'm going to put them all on normal men. You can't tank them on your...
the sergeant's in combat?
No, has your Techmarine not got artist for armour?
He has.
Yeah, so you can't tank them on him. I put them on normal men. And then I am strength ridiculous, so I'm wounding on 3s. And I have shred, and they're AP 4 on a 4. So one is AP 3, and the others are AP 2, so I think that's just 3 dead. I've got 16 men attacking. I've only got the dice for 12 of them here.
Pain and suffering!
And I dropped one of the dice. Oh dear.
Pain and suffering!
So I'm hitting on 4s. Cue the music while I get all these dice out of the way. Oh god, my rolling this game has been absolutely dreadful.
It's always been the case with world leaders. They're not great at hitting. There's just a shit ton of attacks to hit you with.
And then I mean, there's another 4 guys to go, so bear with me. Bear with me, right. Oh, let me just get a pool of dice. So that's another 1, that's another 2, that's another 3, and that's another 4. God, I love world eaters. Here we go again.
Do not approve.
I mean, I want to fight normal.
At least they get more. At least they got saves. I get saves right.
You do get
I
saves.
get saves.
You do. Right, and then I'm wounding on 3s because they've all got chain axes, but shreddering. God. So, here we go. Wounding on 3s, but with shred.
Commence Operation Brutal Force.
And if anyone was wondering, these guys do have is it Spite of the Legion, where I'd be extra attacks if Derek hasn't got a character in his unit. However, obviously he has a sergeant, but Tech Marines. Don't worry about it.
He was just a character, not an independent character.
Yeah, it's just a character. Whew, so that would be 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 26 wounds. Get your dice, dude.
Right! Right, so we've talked about the allocation of runes, and I've decided to allocate half the runes to the Tech Marine, because he's actually got Artificer armor. But it only takes 1 roll of the 1, because he has only got a single wound, and then you're going to die.
Yeah.
You're going to die real good. So these are the first 13 wounds on the side. I'm just going to roll them all at once. And he dies way too many times, so he dies 3 times.
So that's him and 2 others.
So him and 2 of the guys die, and then the remainder of the unit. So we've got 4 guys left, but I will get a strike. I am going to get a fight back. Apart from him, because he's thingy. So
that's pretty good.
Is 6. So that leaves 1 model.
Woo!
So that will leave 1 model remaining with the sergeant all by his lonesome. The Tech Marine is going to die by his poor stealth, and because he's using a power axe and he's got a servo harness, he will not get to attack. However, who does get to attack are the 6 brave fighters of the rout.
Go, go!
For 1 wound.
Oh.
1 wound against the brutal tirade.
Oh, you drag down.
Feel the pain.
Oh, thank you.
Feel the pain.
You do drag down 1 brave warrior of the World Eaters. You're
brave or stupid, I don't know. I haven't worked it out yet. Anyway, now we've got the sergeant fight.
Yeah. Your sergeant goes first.
My sergeant's got nothing apart from 2 attacks.
Yeah, sir, but I've only got a power fist, so you are going first.
So I don't hit.
Excellent. I have 4 attacks on the charge because I'm a World Eater sergeant. And I don't
miss
hit
completely.
You, but I win.
Yes, you win, and then you win some double 1.
No.
No.
Initiative off.
Oh.
Yes, so you do get away. Obviously, in this game mode, it's all about killing units, and surprise, surprise, we both picked infantry. So I do need to kill this unit entirely to finish it off. I had the choice: do I split Khan off to just keep hunting out, or do I send my full unit? Decided to keep Khan together with the full unit, and we'll hound them down. Yeah, reasoning is there's much more to kill down here, but I've got my roadblocks in place, so they should be fairly pinned, and that allows these boys time for a nice little flank.
I've got one thing to do before I start anything, and that's going to be rally fleeing troops. So I'm going to attempt to rally my Volkite Sports Squad. Sergeant's still alive, so it is 8, but it is still -1 leadership because it is 95. So 7. That's a 9, so they fail. I don't have a Vex, and that is 4 inches. I think that's them gone. I think that's them gone, considering that's 2.5 inches. They're dead.
I got some points.
But you didn't kill them, they ran away. I don't know if I'm proud of that. Space Wolf's turn 2 movement. Yep, that's right. It's only turn 2 still. So as you've seen, I failed my leadership test, and without the Vex, they have ran away to fight another day. Maybe. once they've found their courage again. Anyway, I have chosen to move Guygor Fellhound and his command squad a bit further back in preparation to try and put down a bit of a counter-offensive.
More wolves running from Khan.
No, they're playing tactics. They're luring you into a false sense of security. We're not running away from Khan much. So my contempor's got a line of sight, but as I moved away, obviously I was within 12 inches of Ted's World Eater Contemptor there, so he's chosen to react to that and advance.
Like a giant baby, it waddles forward.
Like it waddles forward into assault cannon range. So we'll see how that pans down in a moment. Over here I haven't moved at all because, let's face it, I don't need to. Over here, my Slayers, shockingly, haven't moved because my full intent there is to charge those and wipe them out if they fail any initiative test. And it's still night fight. And if they don't, they're going to die. And if they do, they're going to die.
Yeah.
So one way or another, that squad is going to die, hopefully, this turn. So I'm going to kick off with my command squad because I'm going to attempt something here. I'm being brave. I'm trying to be tactical. We're getting there. So there are 4 guys in this unit with range at the 2 fleeing World Eaters from that original squad that the Slayers attempted to kill.
Worth 2 points.
Guygor Fellhound is in this unit, but also it is a retinue squad, so they do have higher weapon skill, but not ballistic skill. I believe. So I will fire the 3 guys standard with their bolt guns. They do have relentless, so they are not snapshotting. So I am, however, hitting on 4s.
Because it's still dark.
No. Guygor, he is ballistic skill higher, so he will be hitting on a 3. He misses 2.
Good.
That sucked. Moving swiftly
running too
along.
fast.
Moving swiftly along, I'm going to fire my Contemptor into the World Eater's Contemptor because it needs a Carrier's assault cannon to the face, and because he's within 12 inches, I'm going to shoot him with the combi bolter as well. Carries on to the Contemptor. We've just checked to see if Ted could actually make a reaction, but unfortunately he can't because Dreadnoughts are not infantry.
No, I wanted to do the Savage Tide, which is the World Eater one, but it needs to be infantry units, but never mind.
Okay, so I'm going to kick off with the 6 shots from a Carrier's assault cannon, and -1 because it's night fight.
Good.
Hitting on 3s. Only 1 miss. So that's still averages.
Yeah, it's
Every
good.
single time it's averages. However,
Wounding
it's strength 6. I am wounding on 5s. However, 6s are rends. 1.
1, 2 up save. He makes it.
Right.
Red is alive.
Combi bolter, twin link. 1 hit.
You need to wound me.
I wound.
Oh, curses.
Go roll a 1. So close. Continuing with turn 2 Space Wolf shooting, I'm going to fire my other Carrier's assault cannon into the other Contemptor. So, just like the other one, here we go again. So,
Still can't Savage Tide.
still can't Savage Tide, and despite being 2 inches away, I'm still -1 to hit, because apparently it's dark outside.
It's super scary dark.
Right, oh no.
Excellent, excellent.
Come on, I need some 5s and 6s.
Oh.
A 6, here we go, and a wound. So take the normal wound first, please.
It's my choice. It's my choice.
Oh, fine.
But I will. He's fine. And then the inbound.
He's dead, but
Dreadnought
he's gonna pop.
auto explode. So how far do I go? I explode 6 inches. It's definitely going to hit some wolves.
That's the entire command squad. And 3 of the other guys.
Lovely. So, the entire command squad is 5 men? 6 men.
6 men with Guygor.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Winning on 2s because it's strength 8. Wonderful. That would be 5.
But it is normal saves, isn't it?
No, full save, but obviously instant death.
So I will take this on the entire command squad, not Guygor.
Before Guygor.
2 up saves. 1 guy dies.
Ooh. And then do I wound your Dreadnought? On a 3, yes.
He's fine.
It's fine. And then 3 other men. They are wounded.
And again, 3 ups, so 2 guys die, and the feel no pain will not kick in.
Not against
Never
strength
mind.
8. Good death.
So the only charge I've got to make this time round is the Space Wolf Grey Slayer pack. After taking this couple of casualties, is going to declare its charge against the World Eater squad. So Ted's going to need to make a leadership test at -1.
Because it's dark.
And if he fails, and I manage to make the charge of a whopping 2 inches,
I die.
you die.
So leadership 7 or less, I do pass. So I turn around and we fight like men.
Fight like men, die like men. So at initiative step, 4 slayers are going to be striking first because it's my turn, because it is my assault. So I'm going to start with the apothecary, who still has his Fenrisian axe. So he gets his additional close combat attack, he charged, and he's got reaping blows, so he's actually got 4 attacks. Not bad for a medic!
Pretty good. And Derek has challenged, and my sergeant has decided to do it all over again.
Because we're going to finish it off like men, damn it! So, 4 attacks from the apothecary. For 3 hits, and strength 5, wounding on 3, so 2 wounds. 2 saves.
Which I feel, and then
feel no pain,
which I pass.
Lives. Moving swiftly along, we'll move on to the 4 guys with their power swords.
I like swords.
I like swords a lot. Not hitting on 3s anymore, which sucks, but never mind. Right, going in at strength 4, so 4's at AP 3 and 1 AP 2, so that is going to be 3 apothecary saves.
Come on, apothecary.
3 guys die,
3 dead.
and that concludes my initiative step 4. So Ted's now going to swing back with some attacks.
10 lads and a medic, and then I'll do the heavy chainsword after. So hitting you on 4.
Not a zillion attacks this time round.
Not quite as many zillion attacks, but I mean it didn't work last time either, so it doesn't matter. And then wounding you on 3s for my chain axes with shred. With shred. That is lovely. And then I'll just quickly do my heavy chainsaw, which hits twice and wounds once, but it wounds twice, so that is 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 wounds back, sir.
So 11 wounds back, so 11 saves of my 3-up. And then my feel no pain.
Ooh,
One guy dies.
One guy dies. And then still initiative 4, my sergeant will strike at your sergeant. He hits once. He wounds once.
So 2 up armor save. He lives! So going down to my initiative step, I have got my 2 guys attacking with their power axes.
It's alright, switching camera.
2 guys with their power axes, 3 attacks. So hitting on 4s for 3, and then murderizing on 3s. So 2 wounds, AP 2.
Feel no pain. Saves another one, so another one dead.
And then we have the Power Fist with his 2 attacks for 1 hit and 1 dead.
Yep. 2
and
dead.
then for the challenge, finally the challenge.
Can you hit me this time?
3 attack, let's see if I can actually hit you this time. Yep, I hit you. Can I wound you? That's the big question.
That was good.
No, I can't.
Didn't you get 2 hits?
Thunderhammer, not a 3.
Not a 3. Oh!
So no wounds again. He needs to turn his Thunderhammer on or remember how it works or something.
Excellent.
I don't know.
So obviously I've lost combat by a huge margin. So I lost by 5, and then because it's dark, I lost by 6. So, sorry, I did lose by 5.
Yes.
It's dark, sorry. Maths is hard. With my sergeant being leadership 8, that means I need 3 or less to stand. And I definitely don't stand on that.
Okay.
So it's initiative off.
So initiative off.
We get away
we
again!
Get away. Run away!
How far am I running? I'm running a massive 9 inches.
I'm coming after you.
Beginning of World Eaters turn 3, and I have 2 units to rally. So, the bigger squad of Death Spoilers rallying on an 8, because it's no longer dark and scary. That's a cocked dice. This is why we use a tray. They fail on a 9.
Run away, boys!
So they run a huge 9, but the Vexilla says stop there.
Stop at the corner of the table.
And then the other unit that is going, they...
And Voxilla less.
They are Vexilla less, but they still rally on an 8. They fail on a 9. How far are they going to go? They only go 5 inches straight to the board edge, so they do end up there. The World Eaters famous for being cowards. World Eaters turn 3 movement, and there's not much to do. So, as you saw, these 2 boys are legging it and being hunted down by these Grey Slayers. But over here, where it actually matters, because I can do something. I have pushed my Leviathan up. I have pushed my Contemptor up straight into the guts because he's only got 1 wound, but if he explodes, it's a strength 8 explosion. That's good. And over here, Khan Squad ran, and so they did their 13-inch bullshit World Eater move. And it's not night any fighting anymore, so my last cannons will be able to fire. And they are just going to fire all 5 shots into these Greyslayers and hope they break and run. Good times. What's this I see? An actual World Eater shooting phase? Yes, your eyes did not deceive you. So the last cannons are finally going to fire at turn 3, and we're going to light up these boys down here because I'd like to make them break and run, and I can't really see anything else. So, hitting on 3s. So that is 3 hits, and wounding on 2s. For a grand total of 2 wounds.
Goodbye, 2 guys. You were brave.
Combat shields?
Oh yes, 6 up in them. Come on, boys. No. My combat shields are failing me. 2 guys die horrifically.
Good. The gentlemen that are falling back are going to snapfire their bolt pistols behind them like good little World Eaters and try and plink off some more wounds.
Go
so
away!
There's a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them.
Stop chasing me, I don't want to die.
I don't want to die. 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Here's 6s to hit. Good. Forced wound. That is 2 wounds. Die,
2
dog.
3 up saving throws and feel no pain.
Oh,
Don't need them.
Well,
So 2 saves, but still worth it. So my Greyslayer unit, after taking 2 casualties from the last cannons, is going to have to take a leadership test. Now, because it's not night fighting and my sergeant is still alive, I will be making my leadership test hopefully on an 8, and the Vexilla doesn't actually have a reroll anymore. But 8 is 8, and 8 will still let me do it.
Boo! Leviathan firing now for the first time as well. I am going to target everything into the Contemptor. I am just in range of the command squad, but I'd only be able to kill 1 with my melter gun, so I'd rather put more shots into the Dread. So the 4 shots from my Cyclonic Melter Lance, hitting on 2, sorry.
It's not night fight anymore.
And then it's strength 8, so wounding on 3s, that is 2 wounds, involved
2
saves.
saves. Which makes them both.
Nicely done.
Very impressive. Well done, Jack.
Now the Phosphex, which I'm going to put cunningly there.
It's almost like you're trying.
It's
almost like you're trying to get an extra ball.
Yeah, well, we're going to use crawling fire as well. So -5, so that is a 2 inches. And you happy with that direction?
Yep, that's good.
So 2 inches, and then I've got crawling fire. So let's put it there for Dreadnought and 2 others.
Dreadnought and 2.
Lovely. So poison 3 up on the 2 men. That wounds twice. And then
AP2, so they're dead.
Lovely.
Nope, they've taken wounds.
Oh, they got 2 wounds each, so
Yes.
you'd have to kill 1 guy because you can't split them.
1 guy dies.
1 guy dies, and then on the Dreadnought, it's poison 3 up, and it's strength 5, so I need a 6 to wound you, which I fail. And then last, but not least, I've got 6 Volkite fires. God, I love Leviathans. So hitting you on 2s, twin linked. And then needing 6s. Nothing from that though, and my melter in my fist is out of range. Straight into the charge phase now, and the only thing I have to do is charge this Dreadnought. Now, I thought I was going to charge Derek's Dreadnought, but actually, upon thinking, I'm actually going to charge the command squad, because they're worth much more points. And I reckon if we just do Rock'em Sock'em Robots, we'll both blow each other up, and I won't get to kill them. Now, obviously I've got to stay an inch away, so that makes it a 6-inch charge. I'm a World Eater with a Dreadnought, so I'm +3 on the charge. And Derek is going to declare.
So I'm going to declare that I'm going to hold the line. So I've got a leadership test of 9.
Which you
Which I failed, so I'm not going to hold the line.
And I need to make a 3, which I very happily do. Go Dreadnought, go!
So it is the World Eater's assault phase and the Dreadnought has charged in. However, Guygor Fell Hand is superior initiative, so he will be striking first in this combat and he will be electing to use the Fell Hand. So going in with the Fell Hand, it's a +1 weapon, so it's strength 5, so I'll be needing 6 to wound. However, it does have rending on a 6 up, and it is indeed master crafted. So he's got his basic attacks and cavet charge, so I've got a total of 5 attacks at weapon skill 5, so I'm hitting on 3s.
4s.
Sorry, 4s, so they all hit.
Nice roll.
And then 5s is what I'm looking for with shred.
5.
So with shred, so that is 2 invulns.
2 involved, and I've only got 1 wound left. And I fail, so I don't get to do anything, but I will explode.
No, like a time bomb.
1 inch, that's going to hit everyone in base-to-base combat. So that is 3 men.
So 3.
Wonderful. Wounding on 2s. That is 3.
So 3 saves, all they're dead because it's strength at 8.
Go on, dead. No.
So they all make it, thank God. I'm so glad that explosion hasn't got an AP attached to it.
Didn't quite work.
That would be nasty.
Didn't quite work my plan.
So my Space Wolves moved their 5 inches for their consolidation from combat, and as I was in dangerous terrain, I took my test, and one of my models took a single wound because he was burnt by a little bit of phosphex.
Awesome. This side of the tables are very much mine. This side of the table is very much Space Wolves.
Space Wolves turn 3 movement. It's coming down to crunch time now. I've got some serious decisions to make and limited in movement that I can actually do. So, I have moved my Grey Slayer squad up to run down both of these squads. That's the hope. Whether it pans out that way or not is a different kettle of fish. The Sergeant and the Apothecary are going to attempt to take one squad, and the 3 Power Swords and the Power Axe are going to attempt to finish the rest of the squad, and we're going to have to see how it actually goes out this time round. My command squad have backed up in a perfect line to prevent being las cannons to death by the World Eater heavy cannons on the top there. And both of my Contemptors have moved back to form a baseline, keeping all of their weapon systems in range, fully intending on seeing if they can't strip down Khan's squad and start whittling them down. My plan is to have next to no models left on the table, and to be honest, it may end up being a Leviathan and a Devastator squad, but we'll see how it pans out in turn 3. Space Wolves turn 3 shooting. Both of my Contemptors are bringing their carriers assault cannons to bear onto Khan's squad. Hope here is that I'm going to cause enough casualties to cause a test, and maybe that might do something. Maybe it'll slow them down. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm going to start throwing some firepower into the largest unit that's left, because the only threat after that, realistically, is that Leviathan Dreadnought. And it's a little bit slower, but it's going to get there eventually, and when it gets there, it is going to curb stomp whatever gets in its way. Because let's face it, it's a levy, it's what they do. So I'm going to fire both of my Contemptors at the same time, because me and Ted have already talked about this, and Ted is going to declare his
evade! Now you don't have to declare this until you've seen how many hits or how many wounds the opponent has done. However, this is all Derek's going to be firing, so I might as well declare it.
So kicking off with 12 shots with carriers assault cannons, this time at full ballistic skill because now the night has gone away. Yeah. So kicking off and hitting on 2s. And I still missed 2.
Good.
Right then, so strength 6, wounding on a 2 6s rend for 2 rends and 2, 4, 6 standard saving throws.
Lovely, so 6 standard saving throws. First off, do you move those out of my way?
Move them out of the way.
Thank you. So 3 up armour saves, followed by 5 up feel no pains, followed by evades.
Oh my word!
Good, I like that. Excellent.
Danny, I don't like it. Stop doing that.
The rending ones are feel no pains, followed by evades. So I do lose 2 men.
And then I'm going to follow that through with the 2 combi bolter shots at long range, but they are twin linked for 2 hits, and in the dice tray account for nil point wounds. So only 2 casualties.
Good evade. Apologies everybody, we've just looked it up and feel no pain is a damage mitigation, so I didn't actually save the last 2, and evade is totally useless in this unit because they rely on the feel no pain. So I lost 4 men in total from that firing. So 1 more model had to die to trigger a morale test over there, so they are holding. And over here, now in the charge phase.
Right, so the Wolves are going to charge. I'm going to declare my charge in the assault phase. So my Slayers are going to charge. So Ted needs to make his leadership tests on both units because I'm intending on multi-charging them.
And obviously I can't react with units that are fleeing. So the 2-man squad do break, and that means they die, because if you charged and you fail your leadership, you die. And the big squad, they hold. They're going to turn around and fight once again.
So Slayers making their charge. I get the 7 inches, so that's absolutely fine. That's 2 guys dead. Got some victory points downhill. And then I get to curb stomp the rest of them against that table edge, and hopefully this time we'll actually get the job done. I'm going to challenge the sergeant with a hammer!
Except for a third time.
Space Wolves Assault. So in initiative step 4, I'm going to be going in with my Fenrisian Axe and my 3 power swords. So I'll start with the Fenrisian Axe first, because this is strength 5 with no AP. Hitting on 4s. So 2 hits at strength 5, wounding on 3s, 2 wounds.
2 armor saves, followed by Feel No Pain.
Teammates.
Lovely.
Moving swiftly along to the power sword attacks from the 3 guys, so 9 attacks in total, hitting on 4s. A little better. Murderizing, oh sorry, not murderizing. 4s to wound, so that is 2 AP2 and 1 save.
It's all the same
so
to me.
3 invuns.
3 Feel No Pains, of which I save 1, so 2 men are dead.
And that concludes my initiative step 4. Moving on to the World Eaters initiative step 4 attacks.
This is my 7 men, it's initiative 4, hitting on 4s. And wounding on 3s with Shred. Ooh, lovely. Lovely. 3, 6, 9.
9 saves. So 9 saves. Sorry there.
Trigger the dice.
9 saving throws.
Ooh, it's pretty good.
Feel no pain. 1 guy dies.
1 guy dies, and then my sergeant's initiative 4, striking your sergeant, and I hit no times.
Right. Sergeant will swing back because we'll do the challenge first to get out of the way. Can he actually hit this time? Once. More importantly, has he remembered to turn his thunder hammer on? Yes, he has.
I can't save against that. So
And it's brutal too, so he's squished and squished again.
Very definitely a dead sergeant.
And then the 2 power axe attacks from the Vexilla will hit once and wound once. So 1
Feel no pain. No,
which
there's another.
fails. So butcherized, and butcherized.
That's my job. I lose combat by 4 because of that brutal hammer attack. And
Finally hitting.
yeah.
Finally hitting.
So I need to save on a 3 up because my sergeant is dead and I fail. So once again, it's initiative off. And the wolves do finally catch me.
Finally,
and kill me.
Skin of the teeth, they catch them and murderize them and butcher them.
2 more points to the wolves. World Eaters turn 4, and it's got a bit tricky. So over here, Khan and his boys yeeted themselves 13 inches up the board. Remember that's my initiative +2 and their full movement. It means I won't be able to charge, but I want to at least get in the game. Coming towards these dreadnoughts is probably a terrible idea, but I'm World Eaters. I'm not just going to sit around, we're going to charge. The Leviathan has wandered round and he did just get within 12-inch range of the Dreadnought, and with World Eater rules he would have needed a 10 to get the charge. But Derek withdrew very cleverly and very appropriately.
Only because you told me to.
Only to. It makes a lot of sense. So he withdrew to there, which means I can't be in charge range, and if you're not in charge range, doesn't matter how many bonuses, you can't charge. And the only other thing I've got is the last cannons, who have sat still because I'm going to see what I can fire. I don't think it's very much, because down there, they've hidden very well. Can't see them. And over there, I can shoot through the trees, but it's very tricky. But we'll see what we can do. World Eater shooting, and we've had luck with the last cannons. All I can do is one guy can shoot this dreadnought here, or one guy can shoot this man here.
Lone man!
So I'm going to shoot the one man, because I think the last cannon shot into the dreadnought means very little. So, on the man, he hits. He wounds, and it's a 5-up cover.
So 5-up cover or oblitify.
Oblitify.
He dies.
I killed someone, that matters. Okay, we've looked this up, and it gets a bit weird compared to version 1. So, obviously in version 2, removing models is up to the person who owns the models. Shooting is wounding stuff that is in range of your gun. So if you have a look here, My cyclonic melter lance is only in range of one model. Old rules, that would be killing your man or looking out, sir. New rules, Derek can remove the other two guys, but that keeps him in range, which means my wounds keep rolling onto the unit, which is weird. So Derek can either remove Guygor, if I cause him no wounds, or he can remove other models, but that incurs more wounds. How weird is that? Tricky. If you understood that, because that was a bit weird. But anyway.
On with the dice rolling!
Derek. Levy, shooting into this unit. He is only in range of Guygor. However, as we've just discussed, we could be killing others. So hitting on 2s, that's 3. Wounding on 2s, that's 3. Your choice, Derek. What would you like to do?
Well, they're all dead.
Have you got invuln?
Nope, Guygor has, but no one else has, so I'll take 2 guys.
Two guys dead.
Guygor's got a 5 invuln with his refractor field.
Which
he
fails.
fails. He dies!
Yay!
So Guygor dies!
Honourable death. So with the Leviathan wiping out that command squad there, obviously he has nothing else to shoot at, because he must shoot at the same target. These boys ran, and that is all I have to do. So, on to Space Wolves, turn 4.
Space Wolves turn 4 movement. My Grey Slayer squad has decided to remain static because they are in the perfect position to not get shot and not get mauled to bits. So they will be remaining and holding their static position there. Over here, after Guygor Fellhand has been butchered by the Leviathan, my 2 contemptors have both piled forward, fully intending to open up with every single weapon they've got at Khan's squad and then charge Khan's squad in the vain hope that I can wipe out Khan and his squad before the Leviathan Dreadnought, who's made his reaction to move closer to me, can actually get there and curb stomp me into the ground.
Yes.
Moving on to Shooter Rising. Space Wolves turn 4 shooting. I've got 2 Contemptor Dreadnoughts identically armed. I'm going to open up with the one on the right, so this one here. Because Ted's just reminded me of the World Leader's advanced reaction, where when I shoot him, he's going to come right at me, which means the other Dreadnought isn't going to get its shots.
No.
Unless he really fluffs his charge. It's unlikely because he gets a load of bonus charges like plus 8 million to charge.
But yeah, so obviously Derek will still be able to charge in his shooting phase because it doesn't skip that, but it does mean I will survive 1 Dreadnought's shooting, and I'll be on the charge.
So, first Dreadnought firing in. So,
2s.
Carries on 2s. Shockingly. And for 3 wounds, no rends.
3 full up arm saves, followed by Feel No Pain. They're all fine.
And then combi bolt at point blank. For twin link. 2 hits. 1 wound. 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
2 saves.
My armour holds. And then I charge you a massive 5 inches, becomes 7 because I'm a World Eater.
So Space Wolves turn 4 assault. I've been assaulted by the World Leaders, but my other contemptor has decided to fish hook and pile in from the other side. The one major benefit is Khan can only kill one of the Dreadnoughts, and then maybe the other one might do some damage. And if there's a big blob of troops in the way, then maybe the Leviathan won't get me quite so quickly. But we'll see. Anyway, we'll be moving on to combat, but it'll be World Leaders first, because Khan is initiative 5.
Yes. Khan going first, and I'm going to swing in against this Dreadnought, trying to give my Leviathan more room to fight. I'm better weapon skill, and I've got 6 attacks on the charge. I do have Rampage 3, but obviously I'm not outnumbered by Dreadnoughts. So hitting on 3s. Good boy, Khan. I am only strength 5, however I'm rending on 4s with Shred. So that would be, we'll shred that. Excellent, that's 4 AP2 wounds.
So 4 AP2 wounds, 4 saves.
Ooh,
I make 3 of them, so only 1 wound.
Nicely played.
Now it's my turn, Khan. Now it's my turn. Space Wolf Dreadnoughts are both going to swing in at the same time. Now, one of my contemptors only has 3 attacks because it was countercharged by the World Leaders, but the other one's got its full 4 attacks. And I am superior weapon skill to the bulk of the infantry.
Correct.
So we'll be hitting on 3s. So I've got a total of 7 attacks hitting on 3s.
And killing on 2s.
Murdering or rising on 2s. So that is
5 dead.
5 dead.
Excellent. Now I'll get all my attacks back.
Uh-oh. Ted is ready with his bucket of dice.
Alright, this is 11 guys swinging into that same wounded dreadnought because I'd like to take out one. So hitting on 5. Hey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was not one, I just rolled that. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's pretty good, But needing 6s to wound with shred, but obviously full saves. So 6s with shred. So that's 2 to begin with. God, dreadnoughts are bullshit. With shred in the box. Oh,
I think I need to shoot him in the face for last time.
I think you need to. That is 4 2-up saves.
So 4 2-up saving throws.
You take one.
1 wound.
Good
so
man.
One more wound.
And
4
now
left.
my sergeant with his power fist, still leaving 5s to hit. He doesn't hit, so I only cause 2 wounds.
And I caused
You
5.
cause 5, so I lose by 3.
Run away, Khan!
Don't run away, Khan.
Run!
Don't run away,
Run,
Khan.
you coward!
Oh.
He's running!
Let's go look at his leadership, because I think I may have failed. How dare you make all those invuln saves, Derek? God damn! Right, so you've got 2 chances to cut down the entire squad. I roll a 1. Fuck.
So I need to beat he's initiative 5, so it's a 6. So
You
that's
win.
equal, and that's curb stop.
Oh, that's
Vengeance is mine!
Oh.
Come here, Levy! You're next!
World Eaters turn 5, and I've not got much left, but then neither of the wolves. So, Derek did manage to move this dreadnought. Obviously, he consolidated, but my las cannons can now see you. So we will be getting 4 shots onto that dreadnought. And the Leviathan, he is coming this way because I intend to shoot the crap out of this dreadnought, blow it up, and then when Derek tries to charge with this dreadnought, I'll just overwatch it, kill him, and not win the game because I can't win the game anymore, but clear out the vast majority, and then it will have been exactly the game we expected of just killing each other.
Fight!
Opening up my shooting phase are those famous las cannons.
Pew pew!
Pew pew, Barney McGrew! So only 4 of them can see, as we clearly stated. So hitting on 3s, that would be 2 hits. Wounding on 2s for strength 9. 2 invuln saves.
2 5-ups.
No.
Deal back. 2 wounds taken.
Yes. Excellent. And then we will move rapidly on to my Leviathan, who is just going to light up this 4 wound dreadnought here. So Cyclonic Melter Lance first, hitting on 2s. That's all 4 hits. Strength 8, so wounding on 3s, but I'm in melter range, so I get to re-roll those wounds against the dreadnought. That is 3 wounds.
So that's 3 wounds, 3 saving throws of my 5-up. So I make 1, so he takes 2 more wounds. He's down to 2.
And then the melter in my hand hits and doesn't wound, but melter range still doesn't wound.
Volkites in the chest!
Volkites from the chest. These'll do it, surely. Twin linked. You're going to make me charge you, aren't you?
I am.
And then wounding on 6s. That is 1 wound. You are definitely going to make me charge you.
He
taking it?
still takes 1 wound.
And the Volkite goes off. Come on. Ah, you couldn't make it so fun.
Nice.
You couldn't make it so fun.
Dirty Phosphex ball!
Dirty Phosphex. Dirty Phosphex now. Pretty pointless against a dreadnought, but hey!
It's good, you got it, use
so
it.
it's gone a massive 4 inches. But then I creeping fire it back 2, so I do hit you. And I need a 6 to wound you, which I then have to re-roll if I'm successful because it's poison.
You don't have to re-roll, it's not
I
successful.
fail. No, right. It's going to be a charge.
Reaction, I'm going to shoot you in the face! My reaction is firing my assault cannon point blank in the contemptor's face!
Leviathan.
Levy, please die, Levy. But it's a Levy, so we know what happens next. So, I'm going to pick it up. So, first of all, combi bottler.
Do it.
Because it's wounded on 6s, and I hit.
Yes. Your combo bottle can't hurt me, I'm toughness 8.
Oh, I thought I could still on 6s.
Small
Anyway.
arms fly.
Carries. Finally, they all hit. I need the 6s, the precious 6s. No what?
No.
No wounds.
Okay, and weirdly,
In.
in. Okie dokie, picking up Okie, starting off with my 3 Hammer of Wrath. A strength 8, so needing 3 is to wound. That is 2 wounds. Go on, don't be letting my belly flop be the thing that kills you.
No!
It isn't. Right, I'll go first with my wonderful 6 attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I have a gun, so it takes me down to 4 attacks, but World Eater on the charge is higher. At least I believe so. Same weapon skill, so I'm hitting you on 4s, and a complete and utter flop.
I'm gonna live! I'm actually gonna live!
Oh no!
It's my turn!
And so I take 3 wounds. But we're both fearless.
So we don't care! So Space Wolf's turn 5, movement, shooting and assault was done in less than 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Because the only thing I've really got to do here is get back in time to hit the combat with the Leviathan in the vain hope that I can actually bring it down before it starts.
And you've got a chance.
I'm in with a chance, and it's not 1-on-1, it's 2-on-1,
It's 2-on-1.
and I'm fancying my chances.
And I can only kill 1 at a time now.
We're all striking the same initiative and at the same weapon skill.
Lovely.
So that's solid. So I'm going to roll all my attacks at once. So 7 attacks. 4 from the charge, 3 from the one that was already charged, and hitting on 4s because we're all the same. Ooh. I'll take that, not too bad.
Hitting on 4s, there was a 3 in that.
3, so 2 wounds, so I'm looking at 3s to wound for 2 wounds, 2 saves. Oh no, it's not 2 saves, it's 6 saves.
Oh god, yeah, that's right. That's right.
So 4 more.
That's the thing. So I've lost 2 wounds already. And
3 wounds, he's got 1 left!
There's 1 left. But
He gets the swing!
I get to smash into that. I'm obviously fighting the 1 wound guy because I want him to die. So I've got 4 attacks. Hitting on 4s. Oh, I can hit this time. And I'm wounding on 2s because I'm strength 10. Oh, strength 12. But
2 wounds.
And I reroll because I'm Armor Bane. So that is 3, but they are not brutal.
3 Invan saves of a 5 up. Here we go. I made none of them. He dead.
And he automatically explodes. How big is his explosion?
Big enough to get everybody into combat.
Lovely. So wound me.
Strength 8 on the levy, 4 to wound. It's a wound.
And it doesn't kill him.
Wound me.
On a 3. I do.
He saves.
Ah.
1 contender down. Levy on 1 wound.
World Eaters, turn 6. We've forgiven doing a walking around and we've forgiven everything else because this is all it's down to. Obviously, Derek's men are hiding. My last cannons can't shoot anything in combat. So, my levy swinging with 4 attacks, hitting on 4s. That's only
1 hit.
Wounding on a 2, but re-rolling.
1 wound.
Does wound, it's not brutal.
1 5, which I make.
Oh no!
So I swing back with 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. For 1 hit. Oh!
3 to wound.
3 to wound. It's a wound.
Oh,
That's
no.
3 saving throws.
I explode.
Oh!
So obviously I'm going to hit you.
You're going to hit me.
And I don't wound you. So that's the game. We'll work out the scores. Oh.
And there we have it. We said we wanted a bloodbath.
Yeah.
We got a bloodbath.
Holy crap, I rolled terribly.
Dreadnoughts are horrific. Dead.
Prison rules. So it's ended up being 7 points to the Wolves.
Yep.
And 5 points to the World Eaters.
A hard fought battle
An
in that
absolute
regard,
savagery.
and some absolute. I mean, Ted got us with the Melter Lance and annihilated Geiger before he even got into combat. And the Wolves Contemptors just piling in there, causing enough casualties.
Your 3 saves against Khan. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
I don't know what's worse, that Khan ran away and died, or that Khan died.
When I saw the whole rending wounds on whatever it is, regardless of the toughness you're fighting, I was like, Khan's got this. Come on,
Khan's gonna smash his face in.
And then when I saw those saves, I was just like,
But no, that was.
It's great fun though.
No, definitely. I've
Good
enjoyed.
to see the wolves are still just as combat mental as they were.
Not as mental as they were. They were with the not getting +1 weapon skill on the charge. That is huge.
Yeah.
Not having that is huge.
Weapon skills.
And the change in the right of war, which I didn't even use, is obviously previously they would get their +1 strength on the charge to gain. It's not there, it's gone.
One turn you declare this big charge of doom.
I get extra distance on charging, I get a little bit of extra initiative. But yeah, which is huge, but it's one of those things where
you didn't need it at this point.
Getting it wedged in there and trying to pick up all of the new reactions and not being able to react, and it's a learning curve. We're all doing it right now, but I've enjoyed my first game of Heresy.
Good.
It was a bloodbath. We signed on for a bloodbath. It was worth it.
We definitely just ran towards each other.
Well, what do you expect?
It's been a very quick game. It's been fantastic.
It's been fun.
Night fighting, shooting down, shooting. I still can't speak.
Shooting, sir.
Shutting down my las cannon squads for 2 turns.
Yeah,
that was pretty big.
Yeah.
So if anyone is, I did attend the Warhammer World event, which will now be a month or so in the past now. But everyone was taking 10-man las cannon squads. You've got to have something with them to ignore that night fight.
Yeah.
At least the ranger still doesn't ignore the -1 ballistic skill, no matter what you take.
That's just it. But at least you'll be able to get the shots down range. At least, it's better than nothing.
Which is definitely better than nothing, and obviously with Sunder or las cannons. But yeah, though they did nothing for 2 turns.
Yeah.
So that was a huge thing. World Eaters are still phenomenal. Those squads I was fighting with were just despoiler squads. They're cheap, a lot cheaper than your squads.
Yeah, I mean, my 15-man Slayer squads are coming in at 370 points each before the Apothecary.
Yeah.
So they ain't cheap. I mean, they've still got teeth. Don't get us wrong.
So what happened when they hit 1 dreadnought?
Yeah, but they used to be able to hit a dreadnought. I had 3 power fists in there. I've got power axes that was strength 6 on the charge.
Yeah.
And now I don't
Now
have
hitting on 5s and all this shit.
Yeah.
So dreadnoughts
extra weapon skill is huge.
Yeah, we were discussing before. Anyone who hasn't looked it up, concussive is pretty huge. So because that changes weapon skill now, not initiative. So if you've got grav in your dreadnaught's hands or wherever you're getting your grav from, and you ping the other guy's dreadnought, he's hitting you on 5s. You're hitting him on 3s. That's huge. That is
massive when you consider that, you're then wailing in with a Gravis power fist and just going, are you familiar with Brutal 3?
Honestly, it's such a surprise, Brutal now in the new rules. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the game, man.
No, I did enjoy the game. I haven't mentioned tweaks to the army, but they're done for now. I've still got a load of other tweaks I need to do with other units to make them a bit more in line with what 2.0 now is.
Yeah.
And naturally, I need to start and get on the bandwagon and get myself some tanks done. I've got 4 dreadnoughts, contemptuously rules, but a levy has always been on the list. Always been on the list.
They're so cool.
I mean, I don't think they've been nerfed. I mean, brought into balance because that 4 invum.
The 4 invum, yeah.
I'm just laughing at you. But all those wounds, all those extra attacks, whatever weapon fit you, and I mean, a World Eater one with that, with a snip claw in one hand and the chain thing in the other hand, you're just running it around the board with 9 attacks, 8 attacks?
So they're 5 base. So there'd be 7 attacks on the charge with Brutal 3. So that multiplies, so yeah.
Or Armor Bane if it's going against a tank.
Yeah, so you'd be potentially 21 wounds from your levy with a snip claw.
Hey, Greta Demon, come over here.
Yeah. So, I was obviously running the Siege Drill, which is what Nick gave me, which is phenomenal against vehicles, but you want that brutal against dreadnoughts.
Yeah.
You want that brutal.
I definitely think balancing, if you're going to run a Contemptor with 2cc, you want to go with
anti-tank, just 2 fists. Not even anti-tank, because you're already strength 9.
It's free. It doesn't cost you anything.
So you've got a 175-point dreadnought with 5 attacks on the charge, 6 if you're a World Eater, with Brutal 3.
It's terrific.
Just like, it's so good. And then if you've got the points, put the grav in, make them hit you on 5. If you're charging another dreadnought, boom.
Yeah.
So, it's the way to go. You'll definitely see a lot more of that sort of stuff. I loved running Nick's World Eaters. I will definitely be stealing them again, and I'll definitely do better with them next time.
Yeah.
That's all that can be said.
But thank you very much for watching. Hope you're still enjoying what we're doing.
Yeah.
We are getting there. I've been absent.
Oh, you're busy.
I blame uni.
Yeah, Derek's career is taking off. So you're busy at uni.
Yeah.
The other lads have no excuses other than they're just not as committed as I am. Isn't that right?
You are the committed one.
I am the committed
You are the committed one.
No, the other two lads.
To a mental asylum after editing.
No, the other two lads are very busy. Obviously, Ian is on the other side of the city and he works very hard. And Alex lives miles away from us. So only as and when he can get up. So that's why you don't see them as much as I do. They are all very involved behind the scenes. Thank you very much for all the support and love we've been getting. And please, if you ever see us about, feel welcome to come and say hello. I attend millions of events because I love events.
I'll attend some too when I'm not studying like a lunatic.
Nose in the book.
Stupid work.
We will get to them. We have much plans for the future.
Oh, speaking of plans.
Oh, we're going to tell them.
Do you want to tell them? Tell them. Tell them.
No.
Or I'll tell them.
No, because I don't know when it's going to come out.
Well, we can tell them it's coming.
Yeah, but it won't come back before this.
Yeah.
Because we're filming something very special.
We've got something special coming.
And I can pretty quickly edit it. So it'll probably come out before this. So you'll have no idea. Well, you'll probably know what we're already talking about, which is a bit weird. Time travel.
Internet. See you next time.
Thank you. Goodbye.
New pups. I need to create us new pups.
You need all the new cool shit.
I know. I know. I want all the shiny toys. Damn it.
You or me?
Oh, I'll go because I've been a while.
Yeah, that's nice.
Here comes the pain trainer. Not Space Wolf colours. I'm really sad.
Have you still got counter attack with these guys?